Alright guys, let's play some rock, paper, scissors. How about rock, paper, scissors, shoot? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Bam! Blowing it up.
Alright, here we go. Celebi versus whatever the hell my thing is called. And I don't really know exactly what it's going to want to do off the bat, so I'm going to stay in and take one hit and ditch out a Super Fang, as obviously it's going to be really bulky, so dealing half damage is kind of nice right off the bat. He set up rocks. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll stay in for one more turn, see what he wants to do, whether it's Leech Seed or a status or a grass move, something like that, Psychic. You know, I definitely want to know if he's got Psychic, as I do have Blaziken. So, he does throw a Leaf Storm in my face and then switches out, and I didn't want to stay in for another one, but at least I got one layer of poison up. So in comes a bear and in comes a Zapdos at the same time. Now, I don't know if he's Guts or Quick Feet. I'm going to assume he's Quick Feet, and just in case he wants to throw a stone or rock move in my face, I'm going to roost up, see if I can finish him off with poison, and he Swords Dancer. So I'm like, great. Now the dude's +2/+2, he's mad and he's raging, and yeah, so I do know I've got ScarfTauros, and I do a quick little check, and I believe that I'm going to be 1 or 2 points faster than him, even if he is Quick Feet. So I have to switch out to Nidoqueen now as a fodder, take whatever hit it is he wants to bring out, and Poison's racking up a little bit more. So if this doesn't pan out for me properly, then I do still have Stab Vacuum Wave on Blaziken, and hopefully I can be okay. However, I am just flat out faster. Double Edge takes it out, and he's like, really, dude? You've got ScarfTauros. Are you? What a fluke! You're beating me with a fluke. I'm like, shut the hell up. That's what he's there for. So in comes Momentum, and I know he likes his bulky Hitmons, but I don't know exactly what he's going to do. However, I am stuck on a Scarfed Intimidated Double Edge, and that's all kinds of bad. So I'm going to get the hell out of there, and I'm going to go to Leviathan simply because why not? You know, it's either Leviathan or Zapdos at that point. And I think they can carry rock moves as well. So I just wanted to go to this one first, just in case he wanted to predict all that crap. I have Confuse right here. Obviously, both of them can sit in and recover. I guess because of Stealth Rock, Zapdos was a little bit less enticing to go to if I do feel slightly threatened by it. So that was just the choice for this thing. So I'm going to go with the Hydro Pump first, see how much it does. I don't expect it to do that much. And in comes Suicune, and I'm like, oh no. Suicune is so freaking good and so bloody hard to kill that I don't know how I'm going to do it in a mix match. If it's Calm Mind and Rest, even Zapdos might not be able to handle it. So, especially if it's carrying Ice Beam, I just have no idea. And plus, KWall is old school like me, so I know that there was a long series of time where they would have Sub and Calm Mind with 101 or 404 HP for the purpose of outstalling and beating Blissey. So I know that there's, just because of who it is, that there's a small chance he has that Suicune as well, even though nobody else in the world these days would have it. But I have to at least try, you know, see what it is that he feel like's doing. In comes Hitmontop, so it's like I know I could counter any fighting move he throws out, but he's poisoned and he's already half dead. So I'm just like, that just feels like a waste, you know, to almost lose Bliss and lose my Chopal for half of a Hitmon. So I'm just not going to go for it. Again, I'm a little worried on going to Zapdos, so I'm going to go to Melodic again. I don't know why, but I always feel like Melodic is just my worst of my triangle of walls. Like, if I'm going to lose one of the three, I'd almost always rather it be Melodic. I don't know why, because she's kind of nice. So, misses a Toxic, not too big of a deal, because I do have Aromatherapy, and there is Marvel Scale as well. So, I confuse him, which he's like, "Oh, are you serious? What the hell's up with that?" And he gets hit with Confusion, so nothing else bad happens to me, which probably just would have been a Toxic. But here it's a little iffy. Like, I don't know if he wants to save it, if Suicune's going to come in. You know, I don't really know if I should go with Hydro Pump or you know, Confuse Ray, or try switching to Zapdos expecting Suicune. Because I know I'm going to need that initiative if I want to take care of Suicune before it can get Calm Minds up. So I always kick myself for not pulling a trigger. So I'm going to pull it this time, and I go to Zapdos. Unfortunately, he rests. I'm just like, wow. That, well, okay. But at least now I've got a couple of turns of stuff to do, so I'm going to use this one free turn to absolutely get up a sub, so that'll be kind of nice. And we'll see from there. You know, Suicune's definitely not going to want to come in now, so I suppose it still kind of worked out. And he stays in to burn a turn of sleep, see what I do want to do. And, sorry, excuse me, he doesn't quite want to go to Celebi, I don't think, because of potential heat wave. But he goes to Suicune. I'm like, what? Why are you going there? They're like, that's what I want. Are you serious? I don't really understand. So unless he feels like he's got nothing else and it's not the type of Suicune that I'm afraid of, but then he goes to Gligar. I'm just like, why don't you go to him first and then you switch to Suicune on potential HP Ice and then go back to this guy? Like, I just, sorry KWall, I just didn't understand. So I went for 2 T-Bolts in a row, not expecting he'd have a ground type. Otherwise, I mean, I definitely thought about going for Hidden Power on the switch. But, you know, no big deal. It still should be a 3-hit KO, 4-hit KO at worst. He taunts me now, not a big deal. I've already got my sub up, and I am indeed faster anyway. I'm just going to keep going for HP grasses until the thing's gone. You know, that's really it. So, Aerial Aces me, gets a crit, which obviously it's not a big deal, but I do have a sub. So I'm thinking, if that's going to be one less turn of substitute surviving, I'm kind of not happy about it. But, you know, there's not, I don't really know what I can do about it. But I do survive another Aerial Ace. I'm like, okay, that's all right then. And then I get a nice Hidden Power off to finish him off. It does 3-hit KO instead of just barely 3-hit KO instead of a 4, which is really, really good. And in comes Kronos again, which I've got a sub, so it's not like it can Leech Seed. I suppose it could recover on me all day, but it already set up Rocks and Leaf Storm, so there's 2 of its moves. You know, it's only got 4 slots, so despite the fact that it can do essentially anything, it's only got 4, and it's only got 2 that I don't know about. So I just go for a T-Bolt. It does about half of what it had, which is kind of nice. It makes me really tempted to stay in and try another one, but I just don't know. I don't want him like Leech Seeding me, surviving, and then recovering or something like that because he is faster. So, but I don't obviously really want to go to like Bliss or something in case of a Leech Seed. So it's like I don't really know what to do because I don't know. I have no idea. So I'm slightly afraid of Psychic, like I mentioned at the start, because of Blaziken. But I'm gonna head out to him now anyway. He is -2. So it'll negate the super effectiveness of the Psychic if he should have it, which he may not even have. Throws a Thunder Wave on my face, which I'm like, well, I'm glad Zapdos isn't T-Wave, so that's nice. Blaziken, don't really care too much about, because he's going to be slower than a ton of stuff anyway. This one's got very little speed, so I'm going to throw an Overheat in the face. Suicune is low enough now where it'll take care of that anyway. Even if he does recover, Overheat probably should still take it out. He switches out to Momentum for Intimidate, but don't care. I'm just going to smash you with Overheat in the face, almost finish it off. And it's still sitting on 1 turn of sleep. So I'm going to switch to a Superpower, I believe now, just in case. Because Superpower still should be pretty solid against like Celebi and crap, considering it's only at 25%. And then he goes to a Fire type. I'm like, why didn't you do that first? I don't understand, Kawalski. Well, I mean, my chicken worked great. That's exactly what it's supposed to do. Throw both moves out there and break 2 things and then switch. So, I mean, it worked perfectly as it was designed. I don't really follow his thought process. I feel like he should have done the switches in reverse order. But, you know, whatever. He hasn't played in, like, I don't think he's played since we last played, and that was over a year ago. But, anyway, I switch out because I'm minus a whole bunch of stats on my Blaziken. Bliss isn't. It's really low on its Coon, so I'm going to S-toss it a while. Take care of crap, and finish off his Hitmon. You know, no big deal. At this point, I'm pretty sure I've got things in the bag. So, there's not a whole lot to say about it. I'm trying to see how many guys he has left. Wow, that was quick. He's got 2, maybe 3 left, but they're all pretty gimpy at this point. So, I'm just going to Aromatherapy away. I think I Aromatherapy away? No, I S-toss first, trying to finish it off, which I don't do. No big deal. Now I'm going to Aromatherapy away, I believe. Get Blaziken back up. He U-turns away and revealing his final moveset, which is like, don't! You know, oh well. Maybe I can try and counter that some other time, but oh well, no big deal. In comes Suicune. I mean, there's no Leech Seed or anything, so I don't really care what it can or can't do. At this point, it's over. Not too big of a deal. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to stick tuned for some more vids. And I will catch you all on the flip side. La peace.